called Ouija. How do you say it? Ouija or Ouija? I can never say it. Ouija.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try
So
that again.
no, I think okay, so I think it's a UK American difference because we would say Ouija board, wouldn't we?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And I think here they call it a Ouija.
yeah. Because when I say Ouija, I it sounds like I'm saying like wedgie.
Yeah, I know it's weird, isn't it? Yeah, I know it's funny.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to 50 Shades of Tay. I'm your host, Taylor Gonzalez, and today I am joined by a very special guest. I have Lila Lasso here, who was in London Kills, Monster NATO, and will be seen in the upcoming Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2 as Jamie. Lila, how are you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well.
Oh, I'm doing very good, thank you. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate this. So, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2, how did you get cast in this film?
Right. I was actually offered the role directly from Scott, who is one of the producers and the main character who plays Christopher Robin. I'm very close with him. I've worked with him for a few films. He's kind of the person who got me into all of these acting roles. And yeah, he just asked me if I would do it. And I was really excited because I knew how big the first one was.
Mm.
And I was really excited to be part of the second one. So yeah, Scott
Oh,
just offered it.
that's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, Scott is great. He's so nice and he's been
So
so
nice.
helpful. I
Yeah, he's
really appreciate
lovely.
it. Yeah, he's wonderful. So what can you tell me about your character of Jamie without giving too much away?
Yes. Okay. Jamie, my character, is very sort of laughable and funny and goofy, which is very close to what I'm like in real life. So she's a little bit, um, yeah, just doesn't take things very seriously, a little bit more fun and goofy and lighthearted. It's very close to who I am in real life.
Oh, that's great.
Really, really easy to play. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Growing up, did you have a favorite Winnie the Pooh character?
I did. Okay, so my family, growing up, my family loved Winnie the Pooh. They were huge Winnie the Pooh fans, so we would watch every single film that came out or
Oh,
like little cartoons with it. Even one of my sisters named her dog Bear after
oh,
Pooh Bear. And I liked it. I was a little bit more of a Little Mermaid fan, but I did love Winnie the Pooh, and my favorite character was Winnie the Pooh. I think my favorite thing was that he always had his hand in a jar of honey, and that was my favorite part.
oh, that's cute.
Yeah, if I had a favorite character, it would be Winnie the Pooh himself.
Oh, that's great. Well, speaking of Winnie the Pooh, his favorite snack is honey. When you go to the movies, maybe to see a scary movie, what
Yeah.
is your go-to snack?
This is going to be a really weird answer because I grew up in California and I do love the traditional popcorn. I love like a buttered, very salty, no sweet popcorn. But there was a cinema in a theater that I used to go to in Victorville, California, and they would sell you a $1 pickle. And
Oh, okay. Okay.
I love the $1 pickle. That was my favorite. It was a giant pickle. I loved it. So silly, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I'm used to that because Knott's Berry Farm and Disneyland sell pickles in a bag.
Yes.
Yeah, so I
Yes.
know what you're talking about. But the first time I ever saw one of my friends, he was like, it was like 9 a.m. We got there when the park opened. He was like, I gotta go get a pickle. And I was like, what are you talking about? It's 9 in the morning. And he ran to the booth and got a bag with a pickle in it and was just like chewing on it. And I was like, what?
There's nothing better than a breakfast pickle.
Oh my gosh. I still haven't tried one. I I think I should try
Haven't
one soon.
you?
Are you supposed to drink the juice after?
You are supposed to, and I have to admit I did try it, but I didn't finish it. I wasn't like, oh, I gotta chug it. But you do drink a little bit. You taste it. It's salty. It's
Oh,
nice. It's
okay,
like,
that's good to know. It's so funny because a few blocks from me, there's a bar and they sell pickle juice shots. I think it's like whiskey, and then you do like a shot of pickle juice. I haven't tried that either. There's like so much pickle around me, and
wow, I'm okay. Living in the UK as an American, the pickles here are not the same. They are
oh
not
really?
equal. No, everything has sugar in it. So they're like a sweet pickle.
Mhm.
So I'm quite jealous of your whiskey pickle shots because I would take that any day over like the sweet version of the pickle here.
Oh my gosh. Okay, maybe sometime this week I'll walk down there and try it
Yeah.
because I
Please
don't know.
then
I don't know.
yeah, and then tell me how it is because
Okay, okay.
I love that.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be fun. How long have you been living in the UK?
I moved here in 2012. So I think that makes me, well, yeah, tw almost 12 years. It'll be 12 years in September.
Oh wow, that's a long time. How have you found, other than the pickles, like differences between like the culture and just the environment?
Um, when I first moved here, I had a hard time with the humor. That was a really big thing, really, really big thing that I felt really difficult to like try and because I thought I was funny. I thought I was the funny girl. I was funny in America, and then I got here and I was like, why doesn't everybody think I'm funny? Am I not? And I also don't get their jokes. Are they being serious? Are they angry with me? So there's like sort of a darker humor here. So that was a big one. Um, the other one, like a good one, is pub culture. We do not have pub culture in the States. And that is, we are missing that. I love it. You can just go, it's like a bar, right? So you go to a bar, but it's a pub. It's not a bar. It's not fancy. You just go and you sit down, you can chat, you can work there if you want. Those are probably the two biggest things that I've noticed. I think I've been here a long time, so I feel quite British now. But
Mhm.
if I can, those are the two top things that come to my head. Really,
Oh,
yeah.
that's awesome. Do you make it back to California very often?
I used to go about twice a year. I
Hmm.
haven't been since COVID because obviously that was a fiasco. Um, and to be honest, I haven't been back to Los Angeles since 2016. My aunt got married, so I went to her wedding, and that
Oh,
was the last time I went. So it's been a while, but I'd love to go. I'm hoping that I can go soon, but
oh
I'm
yeah.
really busy. But yeah, I used to be twice a year. Now, not since 2016.
Oh wow. Yeah, it'd be very fun. Lately, it's just been raining like crazy here. It's just been raining like nonstop.
What?
I know it's annoying
Yeah, I would be annoyed.
because I
It's
love the rain, but it's just
yeah.
like nonstop.
No. What? That's a strange thing for California.
It is. And then like the other day it was like sunny out and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go for a walk in the park with my dog. And I turned around and it started raining. We got a flash flood
No.
warning.
That's the one thing we can rely on as Californians. It's always going to be sunny and nice.
Yeah. Oh
So
my
the rain
gosh.
must be a little bit tragic.
Yeah.
Too
But you
much
know
of it.
what? Rain is good for watching scary movies, staying in, watching scary movies. Do you have a favorite scary movie?
Okay, I do actually. And this is weird because I'm not that big into horror. I'm a comedy person. I love goofy comedy, any kind of comedy, not so much romantic comedy, but I love just a laugh and to be silly. But I actually do have a favorite horror film, and it's called Perfume.
Ooh,
I don't know if
okay.
that counts as horror. Do you know it?
No, it sounds familiar, but I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know it.
Yeah, okay. So I'll explain it just a little bit. Um, it's got a lot of big Hollywood actors in it, and it was really underrated. I don't know if it went to the cinema or to the theater. I don't know if it got that publicized about it, but a European person told me about it when I first moved here, and I was like, oh, I don't like horror. I don't want to watch it. But now it's like the film I show people
Oh,
who
wow.
like thrillers or like anything that's a little bit suspenseful. It's about a guy in France, in Paris, France, who learns to make a perfume, and it's a dated movie, so it's very it's I think I'm not sure about the time. I think it's 1800s, but it's about a man who learns to make a perfume, and it's a long film. It's I think it's about 2 hours running time, but it's my absolute favorite, and I show it to people who I don't know if they like horror. I don't care if they like horror. I don't know if it's a horror, but it's a thriller for me, and it's my favorite.
Ooh, okay.
Perfume.
Perfume. I'm gonna add
Yeah.
it to my watch list because I'm always
Yes,
looking for
do.
other stuff to watch and stuff, especially that I haven't heard of. So I will
Yeah.
check that out.
Yeah, do, and then tell me what you think about it when it's
Okay.
done.
Okay,
Because
I
I want
will.
love hearing what people think about this. So please do.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate the recommendation.
Uh,
Well, speaking of scary movies, you also have an upcoming film where you're going to be playing Gracie in Spiders on a Plane. Have you filmed
yes.
it already?
Yes, we did. Yeah.
Oh, can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yes. Okay. Gracie, I loved that character so much. Gracie. So, Spiders on a Plane, the name of the film pretty much talks about what's going to go happen. So, it's a group of friends who go on a trip, they're on a plane, and so are some spiders. I don't know how much I can say about how or why or what type or
Hmm.
anything like that, but it is a sort of a an 80s comedy type
Mhm.
feeling, but a horror film. And I actually got to watch the first cut of it. recently, and I loved it. I loved
Oh,
it. I
yay.
had the best time playing Gracie. That was my absolute favorite character I've ever done, ever.
Awesome.
Yeah, she was. It's a really good film. There's a very good close knit group of friends, four friends, and Gracie's one of the four friends. So there's four of us that are all together on this trip, and we all have completely different personalities. And this crazy thing happens to us on a plane from the UK to Colombia. So it's a good laugh. It's a very fun film, and I'm really excited for people to see that.
Oh, I can't wait. That sounds like a lot of
Yeah.
fun. Were they real
Yeah.
spiders that were used in the film, or were they all CGI or all like puppets and stuff?
So we didn't have puppets. They are CGI, but the any other things that are in there, like spider webs, those are all real. So I actually have Instagram stories on my Instagram that are BTS. So you can look at some behind the scenes if anybody's curious and wants to see. I've got an Instagram highlight that's got all the films I've ever been in. And there are tons of spiders on a plane behind the scenes. And you can see how much work the production did for this set. And like we were on a real plane, we were on multiple planes. We were actually on one of the same planes that they filmed Wolf of Wall Street in. There's a scene
Oh,
that I think Leonardo DiCaprio is sitting in like first class or something, and we're in that same plane. And they decked it out. It's amazing. So that part is authentic. All the spider webs and everything are real. I do believe the spiders are CGI. There weren't any there. Thank goodness, because I have a really big spider phobia myself. I can't stand them. So yeah. But it
oh,
was so much fun.
oh, that's great. All right, Leela. So you also have another film coming out called Ouija Castle. My question for you is, have you ever played with a Ouija board?
So, no. No, I haven't. I've never had access to one. I've never had a friend who actually no, that's not true. I did have a friend who had one, and I think I'm quite superstitious. I don't know if it's like being Latin, if that has anything to do with it, but like I don't want to touch it. I feel like it's bad luck. So I haven't.
I've played with one before. We had like a sleepover at my friend's house and we were all playing with it. And
Yeah.
everyone, I think, was trying to scare each other. But the weirdest part
Yeah.
was the next morning when we woke up, the Ouija board was in the bathtub with a knife. And no one to this day admitted to doing that.
What?
It had to have been somebody because I didn't do it, but there was only like five of us, and everyone was
Yeah.
like freaked out. And either my friends are good
Yeah.
actors or I don't know. Isn't that weird?
That is weird. But see, this is why I don't mess with those things.
Hmm.
I can't.
I know. Never again. Although I'm a little
I
tempted.
didn't I know. Now I am. Now I'm very curious.
This is one
Yeah.
of my favorite questions I've been asking everyone lately. Do you have a favorite Halloween costume that you've dressed up as?
This is a fantastic question.
Thank you.
I make costumes. It's something that I do on the side when I'm not acting. And I've always loved to make my costumes. I'm trying to think of my favorite one that I made, and this answer is going to be so boring. Um, but I dressed up as a Statue of Liberty once.
Oh, that's a good
You know,
one.
like yes, it is. You always see it on like American TV shows, but like, have you ever been to an American Halloween party where somebody was actually dressed as the Statue of Liberty? It doesn't
I
actually
haven't.
happen except for on TV. So I did it. I made that costume, and I went as a Statue of Liberty to a party,
That's a
and
good
that's probably my
one.
favorite. So, thank you. It was the first one I ever made. So yeah, it was Statue of Liberty.
Oh, how fun. I love that. So speaking of costumes, when you're working on costumes on the side, you're doing like as a costume designer for films and television?
So I actually make burlesque costumes.
Oh, awesome.
I used to be a burlesque performer, and I was always interested in fashion and sewing since I was really little. And I got into burlesque a little bit, and I started making the costumes. And I have a company that is run only by me. I do everything by myself. I talk to the customer. I make everything by myself. So I started doing that. It has recently, very recently, spread into doing film and TV. I've been purchased before, like my products have been purchased to be on television shows and films, but this is the first time that I'm actually doing an entire film as the costume designer. So won't just be burlesque things. It'll be anything because I like to sew. I like to do all of that. So yeah, it's evolving,
Oh,
but
that's awesome.
now it's
Congratulations.
yeah.
What's the name of
Thank
your
you.
company?
It's called, well, I've got a couple. The main one is the playful pear, like the
Oh, I love
fruit.
it. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And that's the burlesque side. And then I have the Frisky Fruit Collective is the one that holds all the companies. It's like an umbrella company, and that one is doing film and TV now.
How fun. And if people are interested in checking out your costumes or placing an order, is there a website people can go to?
There is, thank you. Theplayfulpear.com, pear like the fruit, PEAR.
Okay, great. I will make sure to put links to that in the description of this video so people can come check you out. Costuming is something I'm really passionate about, especially in like film and television. And just recently, I think it was last week, I went to FITM in downtown LA, and they had a bunch of
Yeah.
costumes on display from Barbie and Oppenheimer and Poor Things. It was just the coolest experience to be in a room with all those
Yeah.
costumes.
Yeah, how cool. I'd love to go to FITM. I've never been there yet.
Oh, it's so fun. It's open to the public. This exhibit is there, I think, for 2 months. And then they do
Yeah.
like a rotating exhibit in their gallery, normally based on like whatever the big film is. So a couple months ago, they had just specifically Poor Things. But right now for the Oscars, they have a bunch of the films that came out this past year.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool to know. Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing that.
Mhm. So if you're in
I,
town or the next time you're in town, just go to their
yeah.
website and just see what they have on display, and it's totally worth it.
Oh wow, thank you so much. I will absolutely do that.
Oh, great. Well, Leela, thank you so much for joining me. I had a lot of fun talking about pickles and spiders. It was a very fun conversation. The Statue of Liberty, you never know what's going to happen. Um,
I know.
where can people follow you to keep up with your upcoming films, your upcoming projects?
Definitely my Instagram. I'm the most active on it. It's at Lila Lasso.
Great, thank you
Yeah.
so much. And I will put a link there in the description as well. And thank you so
Thank
much for joining me. I cannot wait to see your upcoming films. I am very excited for Spiders on a Plane. That sounds like right up my alley, so I'm very excited for that as
you.
well.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. This was a really lovely interview. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Bye.